Hey guys, my name is Nathan Williams. I'm with KWE Solutions, and today I'm going to be talking about maximum allowable offer. First of all, you're going to hear this pretty often as MAO. So moving forward, if I say that, that's just what it means. Why is maximum allowable offer matter? What is it? Basically, it's just a calculation so that you can go to the seller, the homeowner, the agent, for the subject property you're looking at, and you will have a good idea of your maximum allowable offer. So you can come in, maybe give your first offer and negotiate up or whatever, but you know that at this price, that's the absolute highest I can go. And if I go any higher than this, then you're taking on some big risks. You might not make profit on this, and you might have a bad deal in your hands. So let's hop right into it. So right here, I've got three things that you're going to need to kind of have to calculate your maximum allowable offer. Number one, you're going to have to find a good comp. And you can go check out our other video on comping to, figure out how to do that. And your second, you're going to have to calculate the ARV, the after repair value, and make adjustments as needed. I did explain this in the other video as well, but the gist of it is that if you have your comparable over here and it's at $400,000, you might need to make some adjustments because your subject property, the one you want to make an offer on, has one less bedroom or something like that. So you take off $20,000 from the ARV, and that's your new after repair value, what you think that the subject property can sell for. That's going to be huge as we calculate your maximum allowable offer. And then we've got this formula right here. Once you have all these things, you can just plug and play. It's MAO equals ARV times 0.75. I will say on that 0.75, that is area based. Primarily we work DFW in Houston, and that works pretty well for us. But if you're in Phoenix, North Carolina, California, something like that, it's going to be different everywhere. So be sure you connect with some buyers and you get a really, really good idea of what percentage of ARV minus repairs they're purchasing at, what people are selling at. And you can also do that just by researching things that have sold and been flipped. Um, but that's, just another option, something you can look at. The repairs, I'll be honest, it took me a little bit as well to get into it and just to understand how do you calculate repairs. And as a wholesaler, versus an investor, we're not going to be as specific with it. It's really more so of an estimate. But if I was buying a property to flip it, I would be in there trying to get as close to, a pretty close calculation as I can on the actual repairs and how much it's going to cost. And then finally, you're just going to take off your wholesale fee as well. You need to account for that if you plan on wholesaling this property. So here's a little example of it. Let's say we've got our subject property. I go find a really great comparable. It's $315,000, but the only problem is that our comparable has a pool and our subject property doesn't. So I took off 10K for that, let's say. So we're at $305,000 now for our ARV. Estimated repairs are $45,000. If this was a small to mid-sized house, that'll get you some pretty good repairs. You can do some nice high-end cosmetics, paint, kitchen, bathrooms, that type of stuff with a budget like that, most likely. And then let's say our wholesale fee is $10,000. That's not solid. That's going to be up to you. It depends on how much you want to make on it, what's normal for your market, your model, everything like that. But that's totally adjustable. So we just take our formula here and we just plug everything in. So ARV is 305,000 times 0.75. That's what we found for our area that works. Minus $45,000 for repairs, minus $10,000 for wholesale fee, and that comes out to $173,750. So now you can go to the seller, you can go to the agent, whoever it is, and you can kind of start to negotiate through that process. You probably don't want to start here because that's your top, right? You don't want to go above that, but you might go to them and say, hey, I'd like to make an offer at 160 or whatever, and try and get some interest and then negotiate that. And if you can get it below 173, you probably have a good deal in your hands. A final little note is that this is just a great starting place. It's not necessarily the end all be all. It's not going to be correct every single time or every single area. For us, we've seen it be pretty dependable on the conservative end. I will say that in some areas that are hotter for flips, things like that, that 0.75 might go up a little bit, but I would still be so careful and just start here. Just do this. And once you've worked in your area for a really long time, then you can start to make adjustments. You can start to understand what buyers are really looking for, because otherwise you can get yourself in some deep water. You can waste a lot of time. You can lose a lot of money. But I hope this helps. I hope this will get you guys some deals locked up at a super great price. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. I'd love to answer them.